Welcome TechBrothersIT. In this video, we are going to discuss the different formats in Spark tables. So we'll be creating, inserting, and querying data. This notebook demonstrates how to create Spark tables in various file formats such as Parquet, CSV, ORC, Avro, JSON, text, and Delta using Spark SQL. So first of all, we'll be going to create or use the format called the Parquet format. And Parquet format is the columnar store format optimized for analytical queries. And here we will be creating a table called the product underscore Parquet, and then it will be saved here under our lake db demo, and then that's where we are going to save out this table. Let me take you to the database here. If you go to the workspace here and then refresh, you're going to see let me see right there, refresh. Okay, so here's my lake db demo, and here is the tables. As of now, I don't have any table. All the tables will be created under this database. And if I take you to the containers here, and let's say linked, and then go to container, and under the container I'm going to take you to the synapse folder, and in the synapse folder I have workspaces, and this workspaces I have my workspace name warehouse, and that's where my db is, and all the tables will be created under this folder. So let's go ahead and experiment now. First of all, I'm using percentage magic command SQL here. I don't have to use this command here because on top of that I already have select Spark SQL, but anyways, when I was typing I just had it, so I can delete or just leave as is. So now we are going to create this table called lake db demo, this database, and then table name is product Parquet, and I have product ID, product name, and price, integer, string, and double types. So these three fields, and then here I'm saying using Parquet. Now once I create this table here, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert some records. So you see that I'm inserting into lake db demo Parquet, the product Parquet table, and then values is just the two records. So I can go ahead and insert that data. Now let me, before I take you to select query, where we will be select asterisk from this product Parquet, and from this table database, I would like to show you in the folder. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh here, and you can see right there under the warehouse I have this database, and then I have this product Parquet table. And this is a Parquet file, so anytime I'm going to keep inserting the records, the more Parquet files will be creating, and then when we query, it's going to read all those files from here for us. So now if I go ahead and select some data from here, it's going to show us these records that we just inserted, and they are sitting in this folder, and there are Parquet files right there. Okay, let's go back here, and now we go to the next table, and that's going to be CSV format. CSV is a plain text format suitable for raw, structured, tabular data. So we will be creating a table called the product underscore CSV, and this is also gonna go to the lake db demo, and that's where it will go under that one. Now as I said that I have a Spark SQL already selected, I can just remove the magic command, and then here we have same definition, this database what we have right here, and in this database demo one, I'm going to refresh and show you tables. As of now, single table is a Parquet table. Now it's going to be underscore CSV. So each time I'm creating a product table, I'm just adding the format right next to it. Same columns, and the only thing change is the using. So using CSV. So because when we will be using CSV, what's going to happen for this table, the files under the hood will be created. They will be CSV format. Let's execute this, and then we go ahead and insert some data here, and I'm gonna go change this value a little bit, for the IDs, so we would know that that's inserting into the correct table and reading into the correct format. So here we have inserted two records, and if I take you back to the folder here and refresh, now this folder is created. That means for the product CSV table. If I click right there, there should be two CSVs, and if I can go here and take a look, I can just preview my data from there, and you can see the record there. Now we can simply go back to the Spark here and just write our select query and say select asterisk from lake db demo product CSV, and it is reading those records for us. Great. The next format that we would like to create a table with is called ORC format. ORC is a highly optimized columnar format mainly used in Hive and Spark. And the name of the table we are going to call this product underscore ORC. And you see that the same command you guys have seen above, I am just renaming the table to the product underscore ORC. Column names will stay as is. Here we are using ORC format, and then execute this cell. Then what we will do, we will insert some data here, and I'm going to make some changes here. So let's insert some data, and now we can select the data back from there. Now if I go back, let me show you data. So data is there. If I go back to table structure here and folder structure and refresh, we have a product underscore ORC, and see all these files are ORC. So if you look at here, I can't really read this format, but you can see some of the data is looks like it's available there, but this is the ORC format. Let's discuss Avro format for our table now. So Avro is a row-based format ideal for serialization, especially in Kafka pipelines. And we will be creating a table called product underscore Avro. So you can see right there definition of table and the same columns, and here we are using Avro. Now I'm going to go ahead and run this cell, and then we will insert some data here, maybe laptop 123. And just making small changes just for the data. And now we can insert the data into the Avro table that we just created. And if we go back here in the folder structure and refresh, we should see a folder called product underscore Avro. So it is just refreshing right now. So here is our product underscore Avro, and you can see that Avro files are created here. I can take a edit here and take a look here. Honestly, I can't really read this format very well, and but you can see some of the name, product ID and all that. So it looks like it has some information that we are looking at. So we are going to close this and go to next file and see this one has values or what. So yep, looks like they are column and all of that mixed up, so it's not really easy to read this format for us. So I'm gonna go use the select query to read the data from the Avro product Avro table, and here we go. So we have a nice formatted data here. Now what we are gonna do now, next format we will be using is called JSON format. JSON is a flexible format used for semi-structured data, and we will be creating a table called product underscore JSON. Same columns. I'm just keeping things very simple, but you can always go ahead and make it complex according to your scenarios, and that will help. Now we insert some data here, and now same query I'm using for insert here in the product JSON, and let's run this cell, and then we will go back here in this folder and take a look. Here once we refresh, we are going to see the product underscore JSON, and this is a JSON data file. So click right there, click on edit, and you are going to see this is a well formatted JSON for us available for our first record. Now we go back here and run our select query. It's going to read all those JSON files for us and then show us the data. So we can see our data right here. Our next format is Delta format. Delta is a transactional format that supports ACID operations such as update, delete, and merge. And this is actually you will be using a lot of time because you need to perform update or delete, and this is the only format that will be supporting those update and delete operations. So here we will be creating our product underscore delta table, and same columns ID and product name and price, and by using delta. So if I will go ahead and execute right here, what's going to happen is going to create our delta product delta table. Meanwhile, I'm going to refresh on the siding and show you all the tables are being created right here. So delta is as well here. So now let's go ahead and insert some data in this delta table, and once you insert the data, what's going to happen, we are going to go take a look in our folder structure. Okay, here is our product delta, and you can see that Parquet files are created for the data, and here is underscore delta underscore log folder is created, and these are JSON files which keep transaction information. So that's a major difference between delta and other tables. So if we have delta table created, we will see underscore delta log folder, and that has the JSON files for the transaction log information. Now here are our Parquet files in that, But other folders such as CSV or let's say CSV, Avro, or ORC or JSON or anything, you don't see underscore delta underscore log. So operations such as update and delete are not supported for these formats such as for CSV or for JSON, ORC, Parquet and all that. The update and delete are and merge are only supported for the delta. So let's go back here, and now if we want to select the data from the delta table, we are going to go select start from LakeDB demo product delta. So it's going to show us all the records which are present in this delta table. Now last format is a text format. Text is a basic format where each row is a single line of text, and we will be creating product underscore text table. So here I'm saying create table if not exist this database name and then table name. Now this is going to be string and only product name, so using text, and let's create this table, and let's refresh on the side, so we should see this table right there. So let's insert some data into the product text and values. This is a sample product and used for testing, so this is a single value we are going to insert. Once I insert the value, what's going to happen, I can go back here in the folder structure and take a look. It should create a product underscore text folder, and then this is a text file you can see right there. If I will click here, I'm going to see the value right here, so you can see it is simple text value. Now if I go back here and want to select the data from there, I can simply execute this and it's going to show me the data. So this is simple product and used for testing. That's what we have in this table. Now we use different formats for creating these managed tables or internal tables, and depending upon your needs you will be using different formats. Now after creating all those tables, let's say I want to clean up, and what I can do, I can use here I created this variable and I'm using PySpark here. So here's my variable, and say for the database name, then table is equal spark.sql show tables in this database and collect. So it's going to get the list of all the database tables in this variable. Once it get them, then I'm using for loop for table in tables, and then saying table name, and then I got the table name, print dropping a table name. So I'm just printing it, and then here spark.sql, and here I'm using drop table if exist, and then the database name dot table name. So it's going to drop one table at a time, and going to loop through all of them and drop the tables. So you can use cleanup for this script to clean up all the tables in the lake database. So I thank you very much for watching this video with me, and I hope you learned something good, how to use different formats in Spark tables. I will see you guys in the next video. I will put this code in the description as well.